Welcome back, ladies and germs, to Christo's Cafe. We've got another deck guide for you. I have jokingly named this one Teenage Mutant DRACOTURTLE. So there's been a lot of SK alchemy decks rolling around out there, and I kind of put my twist on one and threw one together that I would love to take you through. So let's go ahead, jump into the deck and take a look. Now, I don't think anything in this deck is particularly out of the norm. You're going to see a pretty standard battle trance package. You're going to have the turtle. You're going to have a discard package involved as well. So nothing crazy out of the ordinary. Just a deck, honestly, I find it the most fun I've had playing Skillege so far. Nothing like Warriors or anything like that. It really is a little bit more fun to play. I don't find it overly difficult to play either, so it could be a good starter kind of deck as well. So let's walk through the cards one by one before we jump into two games with it and kind of show you the deck in action. So we have our battle trance. We are starting off going non-devotion. Obviously, I don't think there is room for devotion in this deck for the most part. So we're going Oneromancy to make sure that we get our key cards, our Getty, our turtle, etc. Chat brought up to me that the fact that we have a discard package and Onero might be a little bit over the top. You usually have about 4 cards if everything goes well left in your deck at the end. And those 4 cards can still be things like Getty or things like Turtle or your Defender, which can be a serious problem if you don't draw them. So I was perfectly comfortable throwing Onero in here, and I don't feel like I'm missing much. So we've got Getty. Obviously, make sure you save 2 druids to get Getty off. The preachers are ideal because bonded. There would actually be 3 of them with Getty dropping 1 as well. So in a perfect world, you've got preachers, but there isn't usually much difficulty finding a druid. You've got your 2 Crow Clan druids. You have got your 2 priests as well. You also have, in worst case, Crow Mother, but she should be out long before you drop Getty. We've got our Heat Wave, which feels auto-included anything non-devotion right now. Our DRACOTURTLE, so this is the big boy that's going to get us the points. So whenever this unit loses armor, boosted by the amount of armor lost, and barricade at the end of your turn, gain an armor. So it is a hell of an engine in and of itself. We add the priest to it, and that priest is going to ping the armor. The DRACOTURTLE will grow, the priest will grow by 2, and we're just going to keep looping that and getting them bigger and bigger. Not to mention that when we get to the end of Getty, as well as Battle Trance, our leader ability, Marjoram, which is damage unit by 3, boosted by 9, is huge on the turtle. So that gets really, really, really big. You've got your Crow Mother, so she drops, spawns 2 crows, and comes back every time you play an alchemy card. Again, no shortage of alchemy cards here. We've got Siegfried's Right, we have Decoction, we have Blessing, so you should be able to pull at least one of those. Not to mention, again, Getty lets you play both Crow Eye as well as the Marjoram, and that is 2 more alchemy cards, so you should have a ton to be able to get that Crow Mother out. Siegfried's Right is a super versatile card that allows you to go and grab a gold card out of your deck. Now, what I think is important to note is there's a few different ways of going about this. If you are worried that your defender is going to die, because we are playing Covenant of Steel to protect our Getty and our turtle, if you expect the Covenant of Steel to die, it is super important that you keep Siegfried's Right to bring him back out, and that will, again, protect your dudes. Not if it gets heat waved. If it gets heat waved, it's gone for good. So keep that in mind. But if you're playing against Northern Realms, for example, and you expect to see Anseus and Selkirk and all of that start to cause you problems, you can drop that defender, bring him right back. Most opponents will know that you're playing Getty and will want to save the heat wave for it. So they will probably try and find alternate ways to remove the Covenant. So Siegfried's Right's great there. The other option for it is your DRACOTURTLE. If you are in desperate need of winning round 1, you can drop the DRACOTURTLE with a priest. You have a second priest in the deck to bring back. You also have Freya's Blessing that can bring a priest back. But your DRACOTURTLE can be resurrected with Right. Just, again, make sure your turtle doesn't get heat waved in round 1. That will cause you a problem. So we talked about Covenant. Burn a Bran. Oh, one last thing actually about Siegfried's Right. Sigdrifa's Right. I pronounce it wrong every single time. Sigdrifa's is the fact that it is not a you do not play the card, you summon the card, which means two things. One, it goes to the right side of the row completely. And number two is the fact that you do not get the deploy ability if it has one. So keep that in mind. If you go and grab something like Burna, you're not actually going to get the deploy ability, and it will go all the way to the right. So keep that in mind when you're lining things up. For example, if your priest is lined up next to a turtle and you've got your defender next to it, I don't know how the turtle would die in that case, but the turtle would come to the other side of the defender. So just keep that in mind. Burna Brand, draw 2 cards, discard 2 cards. She's the workhorse of the discard package. Keep in mind a mistake I made, and you'll see it in the... I'm not sure if you actually see it in the game. I think I ask about it, but I don't think I do it. Burna, draw 2 cards, discard 2 cards. This cannot be the first card you play in a round when you have 10 cards in your hand. You will play Siegfrieda, you will draw a card, you will burn a card, and then you'll discard 2 anyway, so don't do that. Mork is the card we want to discard with Burna because Mork comes right back to the board, and anytime Mork dies, he comes back again. So, same principle. If you need a backup plan for your priest, you can absolutely use Mork for that. We've got a decoction here, just a little bit of removal. It's necessary, and the fact that it's alchemy is a plus. Freya's Blessing, there's only one in the deck. There is definitely the option to add a second. So if you're feeling like you need a little bit more revival in the deck, that is an option. You've got 2 Crow Clan Druids. I like these in round 1 because they do really well with the Crow Messengers as well as with Crow Mother and the Rhizome as well. I forgot to mention that earlier, but that is 2 more alchemy cards that spawn typically 3 crows on the board if there's a druid, which there often is. You've got your druids to boost. You've got your preachers. These are what Getty works around. So you get that boost of 2 when they're bonded. Each of them does. So if you get 3 out there, you're laughing because you're jumping 6 points every time you play an alchemy card. So they are huge. Crow Messenger. These can be used in 2 different ways. Obviously, initially when you're playing them, this is a thinning play. If you have an alchemy card in your hand and you drop the messenger, it pulls the second messenger out, and you now have thins your deck and put 8 points on the board. If this messenger is in your graveyard, let's say, you can also resurrect it that way. Using something like Freya's Blessing, you pull the messenger out, drop it, it pulls the second one from the graveyard. So a good blessing option if you don't have anything else going on. You got your priest, which again, that second part of the engine. DRACOTURTLE, great target. The Covenant of Steel is an excellent secondary target for it because... not to mention the fact that it has armor. Once you get through that armor and you get down to 6 strength, you're going to hit that berserker and you're going to start adding armor back. So you add the armor and then you remove it with priest. Priest grows. You don't lose any points. So it is a nice play as well. We mentioned Rhizome before. It's 6 for 4 and it's an alchemy card. So auto include. We've got Scald that draws and discards, and then you've got your skirmishers, which are your discard cards that come back on board. The other thing I was going to say, if you're looking to take 1 card out, I know it's only 4 provisions, but playing 2 Scalds and Burna with Mork and 2 skirmishers may be a little bit too much. Oftentimes I was drawing a second Scald and I had no purpose for it, so he went back into the deck. He's often one of the last cards you want to draw towards the end of the game, but he's in here. At the end of the day, if you do draw poorly in round 3, let's say, he is an option to just cycle a little bit more and draw you another card. Even if you have to discard something, you hope to cycle up, let's say, on what you have. So like I said, a pretty straightforward deck. You're really hinging on a big round 3 where you drop a Covenant, you drop your DRACOTURTLE with a priest next to it, you drop your Getty, and you just fill the board with units that are continuously buffing. I rarely had any type of issues with having too many units on the board. I was rarely overswarming, but just be careful, plan it out. You will often overswarm fill one of the 2 rows. So just keep that in mind. I don't believe there is anything here that is row locked, so you're pretty safe for the most part, but just keep in mind the fact that, you may want to keep space on the proper row depending on how your opponent is playing. Another quick note around a Marjoram, if you are looking to play a second one because you get one from Battle Trance, one from Getty, if you're worried about a Mork Varg, if you're worried about a Baron or something like that and want to spread out your buffs, again, Covenant of Steel, assuming it has a bit of armor, is another great target to spread out some of that buff. But if you've got a defender on board, they can't target anything behind it, so you can just keep filling up the board with your turtle and just keep boosting him to the moon. So you should be all set there. Honestly, it's a fun deck to play. I enjoy it very, very much. Not too difficult to play either. You're following a pretty standard routine. It just comes down to figuring out, hey, do I need to win round one? Is it that important? Do I commit something like my turtle and bring it back later with Sigdrifas or not? So you've got a few different options, but in reality, it plays through pretty smooth. I was playing this at pro rank and it was doing fairly well. I'm not going to say it's a tier 1 deck by any means, but I think if you get good, a decent tier 2 deck will get you some good wins even at pro rank. So I hope you enjoyed this. I've got quite a few other deck guides on the go and on my YouTube channel, so check them out and give me some feedback. Let me know what you think. Until next time, enjoy the next 2 games and I will see you very, very soon. Okay. Discard 2 cards. I can discard Skirmisher and I can discard Mork. Holy shit, we drew okay. We actually want the Crow Messengers too. Super Late wants to say a quick hi. I appreciate that, Zuby. I appreciate that. Hello, how are you? How was, that's good too. Also good. How was your stream? I saw, Zoob, that you were streaming earlier. They aired it after the Smite Pro League, where we watched 2 best of 3 of pros playing Smite. And I can't renew it because the embassy is closed. Oh, actually, Matt? No voting for you. Civil unrest monsters. Nice. That's tomorrow? How you feeling about it? Question, because I've never played discard before. Can I draw 2 cards if I have 10 cards in my hand? Or 9 cards after I play this? It's in 11 hours. Oh, no big deal. No. Okay, cool. Skip that for now. I assumed I couldn't, but you know. Can't be sure. Yeah, I think that's important, man. If you go in with that kind of mentality, you're always gonna have a good time. Leave me alone, Snow. This hand actually feels pretty good, all things considered. Because we can do that, then we can drop Crow Mother. Isn't playing discard package and Onero a bit overkill? Probably. No? Perfect. I can't tell you how many times I've burned an opening play. Feels John Goodman. Actually, I can tell you twice. How did you not learn it the first time, Rumblin'? I did play burn at turn 1 first, then escape, enter. So I think Zuby and Rumblin' and all that, I think it's a perfect example to learn that you do it once and you never do it again, hopefully, or some people do it again. Either one is possible, you know.
So weird.
Oh, I drew another fucking discard guy. That's the thing, you did it twice. Why twice? Once was plenty. Fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice, I'm a fucking idiot. These things happen. I'm just wondering if Onero would be worthwhile on anything, but not really, eh? Because we've actually done a very nice job of thinning out the deck. I don't think you need to be fooled twice to be a fucking idiot. Fool me 3 times, fool me, you can't get fooled again. You would just pass, Matt? I'm just wondering if there's something we can Onero into. I mean, Oneroing into the Druid's not terrible. Still an 8-point play. We also do kind of need to draw some Druids for Getty, and that would put one in the graveyard.
One for potions, one for soup.
What's up, B Fox? Yeah, I was trying to figure out what movie that's from. And it was Bush. Yep. Yep. Just here for the thirst. Okay, now we can get out. Flake's fave faction. I think as long as we are not playing warriors, I think Flake would be okay with it. I think he would approve of playing alchemy. And sequel, this is kind of an amalgamation. Echo sent me like 3 different lists, and this is kind of an amalgamation of all of them, hence the Onero and the discard package being in here as well. He could probably do it in 2 cards. That just means he dry passes round 2, which we're also okay with. There you are, Echo. Yes. Yes, a little alchemy. You sent me 3 decks. I combined all 3 of them, threw the discard package in. Well, he can technically do it in 2 cards and dry pass, right? In theory.
The only good human is a dead human.
That's why I didn't want to do it at 7 cards. Ooh, is that good enough? That's 12 points. That's not good enough.
Clearly, I've shown us the wenches.
He's gonna do it again. It's almost 5 a.m. I shall sleep. Good night. Thank you so much, Zubidoo. Good luck tomorrow if I don't get a chance to see you or chat with you. Best of luck with your civil unrest tourney. And have a good one. No, but he's okay down 2 cards when he's at 4, right? We just, like I said, skip round 2, so... That's a Crow Mother we wanted. We do want this, or the Preacher, right? The Preacher plus... Forgetty is good. We can use Scald back into Lurk. No worries, my man. I think we can kick, like, I don't mind having this to draw and discard. I think we can kick Blessing for now. This playlist? Yes, you can. Another fucking one. Well, actually, I played 2 cards. Let's not do that. You can. Look up Stream Beats, B-Fox, on YouTube. That might be it. That might just be the song. Oh no, that gets you the playlist. You're good to go. What's up, Rich? How you doing?
Hey, listen here.
Oh, there's our turtle. Turtle. I love when I see non-packing lumberjack in chat. Jesus. Jesus. We don't have a gold card to bring back, do we? Huh. Still watch him stream. Is the very nice, sir. I guess I can kick the Rhizome. And then we just go get Covenant of Steel with Onero, right? I think we can stay on this. Keep the 8. The 2 of those activate Getty. We have a backup if he kills something important. He doesn't, we just feel really fucking weird though. So how was your Friday at work? I hope it went well and was smooth. I gave up at 4 p.m. and decided to stream instead. My more fun job that pays me significantly less. That's good. That's not so hot. It sucked I finished at 11 p.m. That does sound awful. What do you do, Rich? I mean, this isn't bad in theory, right? What's better than that? The Covenant, which we'll get with Onero? Maybe we just stick this out. Work in finance. That doesn't sound like a job you should be working at till 11 p.m. mean, I don't know a lot about finance, but I wouldn't feel good about that. Okay, so we go and we get the Defender out, then we get Turtle out, right? And then we get Priest out. From 7:30 a.m. to 1 p.m. today, I did absolutely nothing at work. Your work doesn't count, Echo. Your work doesn't count.
I could do this all day.
All I know is my clients that work in finance are filthy rich. So rich is rich, literally, hence the name. Hamadryad gets decocted.
Tis mine. I was born.
I was kind of running out of internet stuff to read. That's fair.
Eyes and beaks like a poisoned arrowheads.
Hamadryad Part 2, which just is fine. It survives.
Though trees live longer than humans, they need protection.
How can a hammer be decocted when it's a girl? That's what I like about you, Snow. You're always asking the tough questions. I don't know. It's true, actually. Echo brings up a very good point. You never know. You can't assume. What are you rebuking? Are you really gonna rebuke my covenant? Did you just assume its gender? Sometimes you never know the angle I'm coming from. That's a valid point. That's an interesting thought. Where's the line between rich and filthy rich? If you have to ask rich, then you're probably filthy rich. And now I just ignore him for the rest of the game, right?
That Who would have thought?
What were people getting mad about today? I read it in the news. Oh, somebody said sexual preference, and that was a problem since that's implying it's a choice, since it's a preference and not just how they're born. Very, very odd conversation. Yeah, they were upset about it being a sexual preference. We get now, and then he goes and heat waves it, right? My day was pretty good, Dream Boy. I didn't have to do it anyway, right? Yes, they're looking for a reason to be... Oh, why don't I put it behind the Defender? Oh! He doesn't... Actually, he played Frex. He doesn't play Heat Wave. Never mind. I knew that. I knew that. I totally did. Totally knew that. I did it intentionally because I knew he had no answer for it.
One who is blind can yet see.
1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Now we're fine unit-wise. Yeah, he rebuked the steal, so I figured he was gonna rebuke it again to kill it. Not the case. I think we should be fine. I see Filthy is cash rich, not just credit rich. That's actually a very good point. I can bring Birna back. Actually, I can bring Birna back, and if she draws the skirmisher, we're actually in business, right? Oh, doesn't do deploy. Well, whatever. We still get the card, right? Right.
Reach beyond what the eyes see and the ears hear.
I still think we're okay. The 10-hour arm day makes the difference. Good old Ethne. I mean, they can pump out points. I don't think they'll be able to pump out more points than we can, though. I mean, we're also going to heat wave their like gigantic Hamadryad in the back, so I'm really not terribly upset about this whole life scenario here. Yeah, they played Hammer really. So ever since we had that conversation, Snow, about how unless there is no way to answer, like there's no way to answer the Hamadryad, then don't buff it up any more than you need to. Good old 21-point Hamadryad. And yeah, they should have rage quit. And they're still not going to get to where they need to be. Because the last card is going to be Gourd, so they wanted Last Save to protect their big points. Yeah, they use a very late Shaping Nature. Eat now? Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. He's gonna concede now. There we go.
Oh, what a lovely tea party.
While this sorts itself out, I'm gonna get some water. I'll be right back. Uprising.
Ho ho, I sense.
No, Brood, this is what you're here for. I'm playing against Uprising. Well, of course, Ghost, you are dead. Yes, I'm playing Battle Trance. Are you not happy with Battle Trance, No Brew? Is that not an okay thing to do? I am? Okay, good. This is good with this. This is also could be good. Maybe the priest isn't important right now. 2 is definitely not. I like whatever, to be honest. Perfect, because we just kind of play whatever here. I was playing Flake's monster deck for a bit and I wanted to mix it up, and Echo had been bugging me to play some alchemy, and so I kind of mushed a couple decks together and this is what we got. I'm kind of curious as to what deck this is. There was an Uprising deck on the TLG meta report. It was Swarms. So I'm curious as to if that's what we're gonna see. Oh yeah, totally. I switched playlists, so I don't know what the volume's like. That's a little too quiet, right? Tell me if that's better. Likely Swarm play Shield Wall. Shinmiri played Uprising recently. Oh, that's why Echo. Shinmiri did it, so the entire rest of the world did. Think that's okay? Perfect. Is it good to Onero into Crow Mother to get her out?
This will make for a fine poison.
A little bit louder? The fine adjustment on YouTube is not like the best. Trying to like move this tiny slot. I mean, this Bronze Crow girl, I figured buffing the beast was fine, right? That's why I'm wondering for Onero, because I could also Onero for What's-Her-Face. I can Onero for Berna to draw 2, discard the Mork, and probably discard the Priest, and we can get him back with Blessing later. If we wanted to. But I think the Crow Mother is probably the better play, because we do want it in the graveyard. Let's do some, let's do the card draw. I'm gonna draw cards, let's fucking go after it.
The Queen of Skillege.
That's a bit annoying, isn't it? So that gives me a Freya's, not Freya's Blessing, the other one, the target for, yeah, Freya's Blessing. That's what I meant. The Alchemy card? I mean, the thing with what I was hoping is that I would have drawn Crow Mother with that 2 cards. I know it was probably a little bit over generous and unlikely, but that was kind of my game plan. I was hoping I drew it. I do think Crow Mother might have been better, to be honest, especially because it's also a brick now if we draw it, right? Oh no, he's gonna squirrel my Onero slut. Well, the echo's gone, so it doesn't make a difference. Oh no, my camera does that when I move around too much. Logitech cameras are stupid. Every time you reset them, there we go. Okay. Is it worth just using the alchemy on the Royal Guard? Not convinced that was the right answer. Just force them to play another soldier. So what do these guys do? Just drop a bunch of soldier. These guys go Voimir, go Talisman, that kind of shit? Do they like play duels? Do they play Baron?
How can I help?
Okay, so we get out now, right? They probably, well, Uprising should have Anseus, right? At like all times. Getting Triss out this round doesn't feel too bad. That's about it. No Baron, no Falibor, no... Actually, I have the meta report open. I think it's in here. Uprising Swarm. Yeah, they have nothing else but Antaeus. Really weird list. Like, you have Adalia, you have Antaeus, you have Germain for the cows. Oh, there's Crow Mother. Some bitch. That's actually good. We do kind of need some super thick peasants. Also true. We need Turtle, right? Turtle's a big deal. Turtle's a big deal. Because we can get the priest with this.
Plunge all into murk with a shrill cry.
We might need to Siegfrieda's oh, they play Heatwave too, right? Turtle? Hello, Turtle? There we go. There's our Turtle. Okay, so we can keep this as well, right? Because we draw and discard and play that. And drawing into just about anything in the deck is actually quite nice here. This brings our defender back after he kills him. I think so too, Nobru. Oh, we're 100% drawing into the other skirmisher. Literally every one of these cards. Oh yeah, this is... Hey, let's draw into Skald into another skirmisher. How about that? So do we put the defender out first to see how he reacts to it? Or do we go with the Skald to draw? Hey, Saikoki, what's going on? Skald to draw?
Hey, listen here. Listen well.
Oh, set up engines faster. So this maybe wasn't the right play then? So I'm hoping what we get is the defender down. He and Sayus is the defender.
No audiences.
Because he wants to save the heat wave for Getty, right?
Don't see a gap in their armor. Make one.
I'm hoping he hits Anseus with it. That way we can get it back with right and set everything up behind it. Yeah, I think this hand works out okay. I just think it's one of those situations where we kind of ignore him and just do our own thing. And it just comes down to who gets the most points. We just get to heat wave something. Which I don't even know if they're going to have a good heat wave.
I got a bad feeling about this.
To be entirely honest. Of course, Echo. I said this hand looks good, and the answer is going to be, oh, you're fucked. Because he has no other way of punishing the Covenant, right? Than Anseus. Then we go Blessing, put... That's our Yi? Oh, right, he had Dahlia the... Oh no, he only had one the first round. Like, I'm looking at the list from the TLG report. I don't know what else we would yeet, to be honest. There's nothing else big. I think so. No, we don't have last say anyway. But there's nothing else that gets big. Maybe a Scytheman. I think so too. Well, figure it's gonna fill up the row. And then he's gonna Voimir. Oh, and he does get one from leader, yeah. So honestly, that's just limiting the number of units because he's gonna go Talisman. He's gonna Voimir the soldiers. I don't know what that word is, Echo. If that was autocorrect. If that was autocorrect, there's something wrong. The cows. Yeah, he'll have a lot of units. So we need to get that engine going. What's he gonna get from this? I like cows for dinner. You and me both. Smoke him out. Okay, so he really does want... Yeah, it's gonna be a big old Scytheman.
Bow before modern friend.
Accept our sacrifice!
Cows for dinner. Nom 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 nom. Who doesn't like cows for... I mean, granted, there's a big portion of the population that probably doesn't like cows for dinner, but delish. I have to say, overall, that's a bit annoying, isn't it? I mean, Heatwave's gone, though. Play Cow Soldier Nilfgaard. Interesting. So do we just drop the DRACOTURTLE knowing... I mean, the only way he answers this is with Anseus, right? And Anseus doesn't even answer it alone. Deleted. What if we Anseus and then leader it? Sorry, what if we leader it right away? Yeah, okay. I'm on the same page as you, Psychoki. That was the question I was asking myself. He might. Actually, that's a very valid point. I mean, if he has Curse of Corruption, well... Yeah, maybe not. I was just going to say, if he has Curse of Corruption, the DRACOTURTLE's dying anyway, but that's not necessarily the case. I'm just more confused about him not... I mean, maybe he doesn't have Anseus? Actually, no, you know what, Psychoki? If he had Curse of Corruption, he would have used it to kill the defender and tried to keep the heat wave for Getty. I think. Because I feel like the last thing he wanted to use was heat wave on that defender. True. But if he does that, then we just play the second... Right from up. There's Anseus.
On guard! A duel! To a duel, I challenge you!
Why? 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 Oh, it was rope? Oh, that was just a beautiful thing. My God. Was that rope? Or was that a play? You should have went back rope. That's actually true because we couldn't answer. Oh no, he's Voimiring on 2 dudes. Oh my gosh, that was amazing. I don't know how this guy got to... Bad, really bad math, apparently.
Trust equally in heart and mind.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. He void mirrored on 2 dudes. Yes, it's bad. It's bad. Unless he plays... No. There's zero reason other than he made a mistake or he's an idiot. And I'm not sure which one the answer is. You play Viz? Because I can't answer Viz. Oh, Dahlia into Scytheman into Scytheman?
Destiny is unswerving.
That's like almost worth points, right?
It will not be.
My spirit's willing and how, but these damn boots are killing me.
Why are they mutually exclusive? That's a valid point. It could be either one. That's actually true. I mean, I still get 1 point a turn. And I use the second one on anything else, right?
One who is blind.
I can use the Mardrome on, I don't know, this guy. It's deal 3, so... It's 5 head because he removed the turtle. Use it on turtle to show dominance. I would still rather not play into Baron in case that's a thing he does.
Time to sow.
What could he have left? What could he have left that he's not waiting on the Scytheman? I don't understand.
Golden Ring, Narrow Stem, Chanterelle, or False Chanterelle.
That's fair. You don't have to Crow Mother because 4 Scythemen and Gigavis? Yeah, reinforcements.
Should have listened to me, old lady.
What do you need? So good.
Is that the most cards? No, Crow Messenger was better, right?
Oh, what a lovely tea party.